guys, what's up? Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited because I just got a new camera and I've been wanting this camera for a really long time, and I finally splurged and bought it, and I'm just excited to use it. So that's what I'm using right now, and I am really just looking forward to seeing this footage, because when you're a video nerd, you're a video nerd. I don't want to ramble. I don't want to ramble. Stop rambling, Hannah. Today I am doing a like Q&A kind of catch-up video. I'm gonna see how this goes. My neighbor upstairs likes to listen to like the craziest, weird, like old school EDM music, so there is a very continuous bass line going on right now, and I'm sorry if you guys can hear that, but can't really do anything about it, so please bear with me. They also have a small chihuahua upstairs, and she is pretty much constantly wearing a tutu, so that kind of makes up for the crazy music that they're always listening to. So no hate, you guys do you. Yes, anyway, I asked on my Instagram and my Facebook just for people to ask me questions about whatever. A lot of the questions had to do with me moving to California. Otherwise, I got quite a few questions about just random things, so yeah, I'm gonna go over those questions and let's do it. Why did you move to California? This is a question that I get every single day. Why did I move to California? Why did you move to California? Why in the heck would you move here from there? I think that everybody has some kind of qualm with somebody separating themselves from something that they've always known, which is kind of silly to me, especially because, you know, it's their life and nobody else's. Anyway, moving forward, people are curious about why we moved to California. I personally have been trying to move out of South Central Pennsylvania for a very long time. My brothers moved away, and I was always the one who was like, I'm gonna move out, I'm gonna go somewhere else, I want to explore, I want to adventure. And I was the one who kind of like got stuck almost. I reached a point in my life where I was like, this is what I need to do, and this is a goal that I need to make for myself, because if I don't do it now, I felt like I was just gonna kind of just stay in the rut that I was feeling like I was in. So I personally had decided that that was something that I wanted to do. Lauren, who is my roommate and was my roommate back home, she was interested in going back to school, so, or finishing her schooling. There is a school outside of Long Beach that she was interested in, and so we were kind of looking around the areas of that school, and we ended up choosing Long Beach. So initially it was for going back to school and following some plans that hadn't been followed through yet. So yeah, it was just something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it worked out that my roommate at the time wanted to do, and we picked up another friend and my boyfriend, and it made the transition a lot easier for all of us. But it is kind of a crazy thing that we did. Yeah, I understand why people have so many questions about it. One of the questions was, are you living the dream? And I don't really totally know how to answer this. Living a dream, possibly, maybe. I'm living in a reality that I believe is a reality for a lot of other people. So no, I'm not living in a dream, but I am living a dream that I've had since I was younger. So yeah, life is good. Sure, I'm living the dream. Pros and cons to living in California. I hope that you're enjoying the West Coast. Thank you, love. I am enjoying the West Coast a lot. I love it here so far. I think that right now I've only been here for about 3 months, so I wouldn't say that I have a plethora of knowledge about living on the West Coast as compared to living on the East Coast. As compared to where I used to live, at least, there is a lot more to do here, pretty consistently. I'm living in a bigger city, but it's still like a pretty small beach town, so it's not like it's like a huge city, it's not overwhelming, so it's kind of like in the middle, which is really nice for me, because definitely not like an LA girl or a New York City girl. I don't really like the huge city thing For visiting, it's fun, but it gets a little bit overwhelming for me, so I'm not really into that. So I'm really, really happy with the place that we moved to. Long Beach is beautiful. It's really nice. The community is nice. All the people that I've come in contact with are very pleasant and kind and welcoming. I do live like right next to the beach, so I would say that that is definitely a pro. I love the ocean and I love the beach, so being able to just walk to the beach any day that I want. The weather is beautiful every day. I would say con-wise, really the biggest and the only thing is that I miss my friends and my family. Of course, I miss my family that lives on the other side of the country, and I miss my friends, and that's really the only con. Everybody is worried that California is so expensive and it's so much worse than wherever, but honestly, it's not that bad. Like difference-wise, I haven't personally found that it's that much more expensive. And I am also still working the same job that I was working on the East Coast, which is an entry-level position. It's not anything that you need any kind of education for, even though I do have an education. And I am making a lot more money here than I was in the East Coast, so it definitely balances it out. Other than that, I wouldn't really say that there are a lot of cons at this point, other than missing my family and my friends, which is like a huge con. But I can always visit, and they can always come visit me, and you should come visit me. So yeah, that's that. Somebody asked, how are you and Lauren liking California? We are liking it. Thank you for asking. Not just Lauren and I, so you know, we're not super lonely out here, but we did find jobs. We are making friends. We are getting settled. We have still only been here for 3 months, even though it feels like, I don't even know. It feels like way shorter and also way longer, but I feel like so much has happened in between. So yeah, we're really enjoying it. Thank you for asking. Do you see yourself living in California forever? It's really hard for me to say a proper answer to this because I don't see myself living anywhere forever. I am the type of person that wants to venture out and explore and see the world. Like, my ultimate goal would be to travel just full time. I guess it's hard to think about the future all the time. I'm not really totally sure. I just made this huge transition, and I definitely think that I could make an absolutely beautiful life here, and I could also make an absolutely beautiful life elsewhere. So I don't know. I could see myself living here forever. I could see myself living a million other places forever. So I'm really not sure how to answer that. I'm not sure. I love it so far, so I don't have any complaints. Other than I miss my mom sometimes. I demand to know how the sun boy is doing. Sun boy is always sleeping, and he's doing very good. He's healthy. He likes to look at the reflections on the walls and sleep. He sleeps a lot. Sometimes, you know, he cuddles, and that's about it. What is your process for coming up with YouTube content ideas? This is something that I should have a process for, especially because I want to be putting out more content and be making more content, because that's what I love to do. Right now, YouTube is a hobby for me. I find inspiration in different things, and that might include watching other YouTubers, which is a very common thing for people who are on YouTube. Depending on your content style and what you like to put out and like what you're interested in sharing, it kind of just depends. I make a lot of vlogs, so for me, that's just daily life, and maybe if I'm doing something fun, I'll make a vlog of it. So it's easier for me to share that kind of information about my life, because as I'm doing those things and I'm not filming, a lot of the times I'm thinking about how, like, oh, I could get a cool shot, or like I could be filming this, or like I could be sharing this. So I would say for me, that's usually my process, is finding inspiration in something and then realizing like, oh, I could apply that to a video. Another way that I find content is whenever I'm having an issue with something, or I find that I can't find information about something that I'm looking to find information about, and I am knowledgeable about the subject, then I'm like, oh, well, I could share that. So why not? I don't know if that really made sense, but I hope that it did. How to be more comfortable talking to a camera. Tips for starting a YouTube channel. First of all, talking to a camera is really awkward. I always feel like it's even more awkward whenever I'm alone, which is like really stupid, but having somebody sitting next to me kind of makes it a little bit more comfortable. I'm not really sure why, but my number one recommendation for becoming more comfortable with talking to the camera is to do it more. As I say, practice makes perfect. So my number one recommendation would be to just do it and just keep doing it, and then you'll become more comfortable. I know that I personally struggle with looking in the viewfinder, which my new camera has a viewfinder like right above the lens. So I am sorry if I'm like looking up and not into the lens. I promise I will get there. I promise. Thank you for being patient with me. Tips for starting a YouTube channel. I would say that if you want to have a YouTube channel, then just make a YouTube channel. Absolutely. Definitely pick things that you're interested in sharing. You don't have to share the same things that all the other YouTubers are sharing. Find your niche, find the things that like you want to share content wise, and make those things. It's all about creativity and sharing. I don't think that there's like any right or wrong answer of like the type of content that you need to be releasing. You're you and it's your channel, so do your thing, honey. And I stand you making a YouTube channel. Go for it. You should definitely do it. It's a really good outlet for a lot of people. I know it's always been a good outlet for me, making videos. So yeah, I personally have been making videos since my parents first brought a camcorder into my vision, which is like, they've had camcorders since I was an infant, and I legitimately was making vlogs whenever I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. We were making videos and recording like plays. We would like make up stories and then film ourselves. So like I have been interested in this industry for a really long time, but I personally don't know very much about film or anything professional. So for me, it's a hobby and it's something that I really enjoy doing, and it's a really, really fantastic creative outlet. That you should do your own thing and share what you love. Where is your favorite hike? Probably my favorite hike that I've ever been on was in Arches National Park in Utah. It was incredible, and if you can ever go out to Arches or Moab, it's amazing. It's beautiful. The red rocks are incredible. I loved it. I went there a few years ago and it was a fantastic experience. That's a really hard thing to answer because like every different place has different things that like make it special and beautiful. But the one that stuck out to me was hiking in Arches. So check it out if you're ever in Utah. Bum 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 bum. Bum ba da dun dun. Ba dun 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 dun. What is your favorite color palette to wear in the summer? I don't think that I have a favorite color palette to wear in the summer. I don't know. I've been trying to branch out more with like my clothing and like the colors that I wear and the colors that I like integrate into my fashion choices. And yeah, I end up going with a lot of like blacks and whites and like basics, and then adding like a pop of color. And right now I would say that mustard yellow is like my color. I also love greens. Like my favorite colors are mustard, like an army olive green color, and like a really, really pale pink. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's my answer. Where has been your favorite place to travel in the continental US? I think that there's so many places that have so many good things about them that it's really hard for me to say that like I have a favorite. But one place that sticks out in my mind is Savannah, Georgia, even though it's so humid. The city itself, Savannah, especially the historic district in downtown, which is where I've spent the majority of my time every time I go there, is just so beautiful. The architecture is so different. The foliage and the trees and the Spanish moss are just so beautiful. I cannot get enough of it. Yeah, and you can drink beer in the streets, so like, why wouldn't you want to go there? My motives are questionable. When are you coming back to Pennsylvania? Well, there's no plans for me to be moving back to Pennsylvania, so thank you. I don't know if that's what that means, but I am visiting Pennsylvania. I'm planning on visiting pretty frequently, and I am actually coming back in about a week and a half. I'm going to South Carolina with my family, and then I'm coming back to Pennsylvania for just a few days for one of my best friend's weddings, which is really exciting. But then I will be going back to California, and I'm not going to have very much time in Pennsylvania. I do apologize, but I'm sure that'll be back probably at the end of the year again, like during the holiday season. So hopefully I'll be able to come back for like a week and spend some time with my friends. So I think that that was all the questions, hopefully, that I received on Instagram and Facebook. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to ask them below, and I will, you know, type you up a little answer. Also, if you'd like to keep up with me on Instagram, my username is flosluna, Flosluna. Boop. I'll put it like somewhere, I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's the end of this Q&A. If you guys have any suggestions on videos that you'd like to see, I again am really excited because I got a new camera. Yay! So I am definitely going to be filming a little bit more. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to give me a good old thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. You guys are the best, and I'll see you guys soon.